back to another edition of History in Your Own Backyard. Today we're in South Sparta, Indiana at the South Sparta Presbyterian Church, built in 1889. Come on in, we'll show you around. I'm Satoli with History in Your Own Backyard. Today we're at the South Sparta Presbyterian Church with Linda Hyde, one of the members. Linda, can you tell us a little bit about the history of the church?
I can try.
Okay.
The church originates back to 1889. It was a Presbyterian church, and in the early 60s, the Presbyterian Council decided to step out, and they sold the building. The community was a little bit upset because at one time there was a schoolhouse that sat over on the south side of the cemetery, and it was sold and made into a dance hall.
Oh, really?
And one evening, I guess, they got a little bit wild and crazy, and they blew the piano through the roof. So the community said, we're not having any of that type of thing here. So they ended up getting together, they collected some money and purchased the church from whomever bought it in the first place. And they formed trustees, and it became South Sparta Community Church. The trustees, basically, they just kind of took care of mowing and keeping it nice, and they rented it out a couple times to different pastors, and money didn't go back into the church. So it deteriorated. And as it deteriorated, so did the original trustees. They were aging and dying off, and so in about 1996, Lewis Hyde, my father-in-law, the lone survivor of the trustees, said, I can't do this anymore. We need to have a community meeting. And so we passed out flyers, and we come in and cleaned up the old building a little bit, and had a community meeting, and we said, okay, it's your choice. Either tear the building down or put a roof on it. And people said, it's a landmark. We want it to stay.
Good. So
we passed the hat, and we formed an old-fashioned day and put the roof on. A few years prior to us putting the north side of the roof on, the south side was put on by the old trustees and a few of the neighbors, because there was actually a hole in the roof. So we completed the north side, had an old-fashioned day. The men was on the roof, and the women cooked, and the kids played, and it was really a fun day.
Yeah.
We had the tractors out here with the hay wagons, and probably 20 guys on the roof, and we put a new roof on. We decided, okay, let's go a little bit farther. We were going to paint the church, and it had that old blackboard, or just, the wood just wouldn't take the paint. So we decided to have a rummage sale. So we collected items, and we brought them here, and for a couple of weekends we had rummage sale, and we made enough money to buy the siding for the outside of the church. So we put new siding on, and people seen what we were doing and started donating. We got a sizable donation in the mail one day. We was getting there was 3 family members, and they each sent us $1,000. And it's like, what are we going to do with $3,000? So we decided to come on the inside, and there wasn't enough electric, and to make a step forward, you have to go 2 steps back. It was decided that we would put new electric in, and it had the old blackboard, horsehair, plaster walls in here, and we decided that we would just re-drywall. It was easier. So we took, the heat in here was by 2 potbelly stoves, and they set on the outside, and then the pipe come across the roof and up through the attic. There was a freestanding chimney in the attic. And that was one of the first steps that had to be taken down because it was, the weight was, the ceiling was sagging and it had to come down. So we cut a hole in the roof and the ceiling, and we took down the chimney buckets at a time. And my husband, he's an electrician, so he cut the walls out, put new electric in, and the lights, the schoolhouse lights are the original lights, the fans we added, a couple other lights. For heat, we decided that there's no water facilities here, there's nothing to freeze, that we would just put baseboard heaters in. So that's the source of our heat. And we come in, we did that, and we refinished the floors. We had stored all the pews in different barns. So it was probably 2 years that it took us to do all this. And then we decided that, okay, we've got this fixed up. What do we do? Having no water facilities here, we did build a new outhouse, but it's like you can't get a pastor to come in and have a full-time church when you don't have the water. And so we decided to have services on the second Sunday of the month. We would be non-denominational. We would invite different pastors in or guest speakers, you know, someone that just wants experience. And we do this the second Sunday of the month at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And so far it has worked.
Good deal.
We've made many improvements since we opened up. We received a grant from the Gibbon Community Foundation and was able to put a complete new steeple on. We took the bell down and it's dated 1890. So cleaned it up and put it back up there, and we ring the bell. We also put in new windows, tried to keep the same design as the old ones, and put in new doors. Through memorials from the Ashcraft family, from the cemetery across the road, we took that monies, and Mary Brown does stained glass projects, and she came in and got a feel, and she designed and made a stained glass window that's in the doorway back there. It was the largest project that she had taken on, and she was real pleased. She probably took 6-8 months somewhere to make this stained glass window, and kind of the focal point here in the church now. Christmas time is one of our big ones. We go out in the field and we get a cedar tree.
That's the way
And
to do it.
it has to touch the ceiling, or I won't let my husband and the kids put it in. So we put that in, and we have Santa after service, and so we enjoy that quite a bit. We're open for weddings. We just had one last weekend, and so what better place than come out here in the country and have a wedding?
I agree.
We've had several funerals, and that's one of the main reasons we want to keep the doors open, is so that it is available for the people to use. So it's open for use.
Well, let's stop across the road here and take a look at the old cemetery.
Okay. All right.
Thanks.
Thank you. In 1840, the South Sparta Baptist Cemetery was formed. There was a Baptist church that also sat on site, and in 1935, Mr. Klein bought some additional ground off of a Mrs. Rollins and donated it in memory of his mother. So it went from the South Sparta
Baptist Cemetery to the South Sparta Cemetery burial grounds, South Sparta burial grounds. And a few years ago we came in and took out some of the trees and put up new fence on the east side and the south side.
Thanks for watching. I'm Satoli with History in Your Own Backyard. Remember, travel slowly and stop often.